What's up? What's up? Welcome to another Race Up channel. This is the Race Up channel. RAYSUPP. RAY space SUPP. Man, I just made a whole hour video. It was like 101 minutes. Right when I went to the second minute, it ran out. I was like, fuck. I said a lot of good stuff in that video. I wasted a whole hour of that. Maybe it wasn't meant to happen. I don't know. But I'm going to give a quick couple little sum ups here. I'm going to place this over here so that way you guys can see the little training. Move, get out of here. I already played with you. Go over there. And that way you guys know that I'm still training on, like I said, with the aspect of the Taekwondo, to add up my leg training and stuff, to add in like with the boxing aspect. Now I feel stupid because I had to redo a whole fucking other video. But that last video was really good, man. I really wanted to watch it, but of course, stupid fucking life. So this is what I do. I just kind of like wind this up, and then I pull it all the way, and then maybe I'll hold like about a minute, maybe 2 minutes, just to get the stretch out, and then kind of lean. It can kind of hurt sometimes, so you got to be kind of careful when you're leaning up, because when you do a kick like Jean-Claude Van Damme or whoever, right? Like you always have to lean forward instead of leaning real back, you know, because somebody pushes you, you're just gonna fall. It's better just to be faced up. But so that way you all know that I am training here and there with the leg aspect. But this is what I use, is just a sheet. It's pretty cool, and it actually works. You know, it's something I had done a while back. Ever since I was younger, you know what I mean? Like a kid and shit like that. I used to do stuff like this. But I was more agile, I was more flexible. I was like hella skinny. But yeah, I mean, it works. For me, it works. Sometimes I get a cramp. Like right now, I'm getting a cramp. But I just gotta work in it, little by little. So that way you guys can see. But now I'm starting to get a cramp. Gotta let it down. Here, go over there, dude. You're bugging. In the video that skipped off, I was playing with her quite a bit. I had a lot of good shit that I was spitting out, talking about the past and relationships and certain things. I'll kind of go over that right now. That way I feel like I get to say what I wanted to say and get it out. Okay, so basically, maybe it's just better if I say it in a different way than what I did. In relationship aspects, right? Like people that might have a hard time finding someone, or there's just a lot of situations that are going on. Like for me, I went through 2 heartbreaks, right, out of my whole life. One was recent, maybe I want to say like roughly almost 2 years ago. I want to say that. I'm not really sure. I wasn't counting the time, but I know it's been over a year. When I went through that, it took about 6 months to really clear out of that. But I did that straight sober and everything, you know what I mean? I went through all the emotions and all that stuff, kind of like what a girl does, like when she has her heart broken by a guy, she'll sit there and go through the emotions and stuff like that. So 6 months, right? So this is just one thing that I think that's fundamentally correct. You usually go through something for like 6 months, right? Almost everything. Job, 6 months, right? 90-day probation, 6 months clear, you know, before you start calling off and stuff like that. 6 months to the relationship, breaking heart. You go through the trials of the 6 months. And then also too, like, I mean, I've met women, I've met men, you know, certain people that like spend a lot of time on themselves, you know, for about a year or two, whatever like that. And they're really comfortable with it. But I think over time, it's fucking unhealthy, right? Like it is unhealthy. And I'm going to close this because she's bugging. Sorry about that. Anyways, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just it's either that or the kennel. So she's gonna get tired anyway. I took her for a 4-mile run earlier. But what I'm saying is that I think it's fundamentally unhealthy. You know what I mean? Because if you really think about it, okay, so like for me, I did a whole year on my own, right? And like I said, like with the social, or I'm about to say, for like the social media aspect, I feel like the social media thing, it like ruins a lot of shit. Like Snapchat, Facebook, all that stuff. It can make people depressed when they're looking at it. You know, they're like, oh, well, look at these people or look at these couples and stuff like that. You know, and I think if they were to eliminate all that, people would want to gravitate towards each other more, like socialize wise. But like I said, I think it's unhealthy because, like, okay, let's just say for instance, a man was like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, I was working on myself for 5 years and da da da. Why do you gotta work that long? You know what I mean? I think it should only take at the most a year, but if you are learning about yourself fairly quickly, it should only take about 6 months. Then you can start going out and you know, because I feel like when you isolate too much, it becomes so comfortable to you to even grasp the concept of like maybe trying a date or trying a relationship or trying, you know what I mean? I think that shuts you off from communication or anything in general. And I don't think it's good. I personally don't think it's healthy. I mean, even for me, you know what I mean? Like, like I try fairly well. Like, I know I'm a good-looking dude. I keep myself in shape. Like, I actually care about my body. I don't just work out to look good and be like, hey, what's up, girl? You like that? You know, like I like to look good. I like to flex and be like, oh, damn, that's me, right? I've always been like that. Even when I was growing up, I used to watch a lot of Van Damme movies. Sorry. Try to fix this correctly. A lot of Van Damme movies, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? They all gave me inspiration, especially Van Damme. I was like, man, that fool has a body. You know what I mean? Like just the rips, like, because when I was younger, I used to get beat by my father a lot, right? So, either that fool would knock me out like a fucking grown man, you know, like, bam! Like one time when he did that to me, I was laid out cold. And when I woke up, it was dark as fuck, you know? And there was a lot of psychological shit that went with that, you know? Because when I would get really, really drunk, I would wake up like that. And yeah, a lot of people judge me to be like, man, this fool fucking, you know, drunk and, you know. But it's like, dude, like, you don't know my story, though. You know what I mean? It was like some psychological shit. And I didn't even know it until when I got older and I started looking into it. Like, why do I wake up like that? And then when I reevaluated the stuff that happened to me when I was younger, I was like, oh, that's why. You know what I mean? Because even in this book that I would read, it's called The Courage to Heal. When I was reading that, they would say that because it was mainly about women that were like raped victims or abused victims and stuff like that, you know, growing up. But they encouraged men to read it because men, they don't want to talk about their emotions and stuff like that. I get it. You know what I mean? But when I was learning about it and I was reading it, they said that you can be abusing yourself because your abuser was abusive to you as a child. So down the line, even if they're not around no more, as an adult, you're abusing yourself, like psychologically, because you were like conditioned to that, you know, like modified to that, and to those type of conditionings to where you get older and you don't even realize you're doing it to yourself because you're abusing yourself because you're something about the fundamentals of you're missing the aspect of how you were abused, and you'll do it to yourself, right? Psychologically. And so after I learned that, like, it took a while. It took some years. I don't pass out like that no more. I don't want to, you know what I mean? But like I said, I stay away from the alcohol. I stay away from the cigarettes as much as I possibly can. You know, I have the willpower to do it. I can actually go down to, like earlier, I went down to the casino. I went to go play a little bit. You know, I wasn't winning nothing. It sucked. You know, I put in a $5 here. I went to the splash bar. You know, just a lot of little shit. I was hoping for a jackpot. It didn't happen. You know what I mean? They had some dancing going on over there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They have a little music thing. I went down there. There was too many old people. There wasn't like no young crowd. I heard the young crowd comes a little bit later. But I had my puppy in the kennel. I didn't want to be out too long. At the most 2 hours, whatever. I was hoping I'd meet some young individuals, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm single, you know, and that's the shit that sucks is like when you're single and you're, not that I'm self-reserved, but like I do take care of myself. I like to push out these motivational videos and work out and stuff like that. But being single for a very long time, it does suck. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? And I don't try to go out there and like hoe it up and be like, oh yeah, this and that and that. You know what I mean? I do hope to meet the right one day, but I'm gonna be worried because I know that I'm saying this, and there's probably gonna be somebody that's like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna, because there's a lot of sneaky ass people out there, man, that will try to play you, and I'm not gonna. I can tell. I'm really fucking smart, really highly intelligent. So if I catch you trying to fucking play me, I catch you out there on the street, I'm gonna know it's you. I'm gonna be like, nope. But for the most part, I think it's just sad, because I'm not the only one. I met plenty of women. I met plenty of men. And yeah, even if the women, right, are single or whatever like that, but they're telling me like, oh, well, I don't know why I'm single and I don't have kids. I've never been married or this and that, I'm not really their type and they're not really my type. But the sociability of understanding and going through fundamentally the same thing, it's cool to conversate with people like that. You know what I mean? I even meet older cats that are older than me, like 55, 60, you know what I mean? That don't even have somebody either. And I'm like, well, why is that though? You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't think anybody should have to go through shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I say that the social media, the internet, and certain things that they push out, like, I think it's all bullshit. You know what I mean? Where they say, oh, you have to learn to love yourself first and take care of yourself. But for how long? You know what I mean? How many years do you really got to cultivate with yourself to be with somebody, right? Like, for instance, just for a short example, Mr. Shahan Lee, the Shaolin Temple dude, he might have had like a woman or two, but he don't talk about it. But that fool's been working on himself for 40 fucking years. When he was 5 years old, he was pushed into that fucking Shaolin Temple shit. So he's like embedded into like cultivating, speaking properly, Like that fool probably never even, like like that fool, like he's so collected. He's more proper than proper's ever been proper. Like the definition of proper. Like he's so like fundamentally correct. You know what I mean? And if he's been working on himself for 40 fucking years, how come he didn't find, like, how come there hasn't been a wife that gravitated towards him? How come nothing's fallen towards him? Like, oh, hey, and they got something in common. See, that's where I feel that I think personally it's the enemy, right? The enemy you can't see that goes around and puts fear into people and keeping everything segregated. Because it's not just the companies out here or the social media and all that. There's spirits too, right? Like I said in one of my other videos, the heartbeat, where my friend's heart was beating real fast, you know what I mean? So I do believe, or that girl, like I said, when I went to my friend's food place, he was taking care of an order and the server girl's heart was beating real fast and I could feel it and all that, if you keep up with my videos. But yeah, so with that aspect too, like there's probably things that people hear or it goes through the mind and all that fear pumps out, you know what I mean? And it keeps people segregated. But like I said, I think, I'm not going to say I think, I know for a fucking 100% fact that, being by yourself for too long will create too much comfortability where you don't even want to leave your comfort zone. You don't want to try new things or get out there or even try dating or trusting a man again or trusting a woman again. You know what I mean? Like I've been fucked over so many times. I've been hard, like real hard fucked. Like I don't even know why it even happens to me. You know what I mean? Like I have other homies that are just as good looking dudes, you know what I mean? And as far as I know, they don't get fucked over like that. You know what I mean? And sometimes I wonder, like, why do I always get these fucked up bitches? You know what I mean? And I don't mean to say that. I don't want any girls out there to be like, oh, this fool says bitch a lot. And, this. I do say that. But I'm not going to lie, though. Like, if you met these women, you'd be like, man, that fucking girl's a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? If I were to ever be like, okay, here's one aspect. Years ago when I was with somebody and we had good communication and there was a time where we had talked. We weren't together no more, but we were just talking, right? Like we were just catching up and being friends, or maybe I needed some advice about something. But she had told me, you know what, one thing I really respected you on, she's like, what I really liked about you and what you would tell me, she's like, is that you would say, stop. She's like, you would never call me no bitch. She was like, you would never call me no bitch. But when I was acting out, and she's like, and I knew I shouldn't have been like that. She's like, because I have my own issue. She's like, you would say, stop. Why are you acting like a bitch? Stop acting like a bitch. And I was like, what? And she's like, you don't get it, huh? And I was like, no. She's like, it was just the way you said it. She's like, because women will take things directly like specifically to a T what you're saying. So sometimes you got to be careful. Like us men, we say the wrong thing and they take it so deep, like because it's a certain context that they pick up on, right? So I guess I had it correct because I didn't say why are you being a bitch or shut up bitch. Like I didn't say none of that. I said why are you acting like a bitch? Because I remember I had to correct her, and that's what she told me. She's like, you corrected me, you stopped me before I got off on you, and you said no, I'm not saying that you are, but I'm saying you're acting like one. Why are you acting like one, right? And she had to stop there and think for a minute, and of course, yeah, you know, we made up and real good, you know. Everybody knows about that shit, you know what I mean? If you ever get in a good ass argument with your girl, relationship, the makeup sex is like the best, you know. Well, for me at that time, you know what I mean. And I'm not trying to make anybody jealous, you know what I mean, because I know that I do have some crushes, some people that do crush on me, you know what I mean. I ain't trying to make you all feel. I mean, there's some out there I don't even know about, you know what I mean. But if you're a little psycho, but you're not too psycho, come my way, and we'll probably talk about something. But anyways, so my point to the video is like, I just see all kinds of aspects, like even just going down to the casino, there's all these dudes, you know, with these cute little girls, not little girls, but, you know, women that are like petite, small, they're cute, you know, they look good, you know, and sometimes I see these dudes that are like they're just fucking ugly, you know, not to be mean, you know what I mean, but they're not really like that attractive, and the girl's all with them, and sometimes I wonder like, well, damn, what the fuck's wrong with me, you know what I mean, like I got my shit down, you know what I mean? Like I got the moves, you know. I'm not just straight Mexican. I'm Hispanic, French, and Indian. So I got the spiritual aspect. I got the French, so I kiss really fucking damn good, you know what I mean? And then I got the swag, you know what I'm saying? I got the move, like I got the thug move, you know. That's if you like that, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just some things I just don't understand, you know. Like some things I get, you know what I mean? Like certain girls that like I've seen before. That like I could just feel it, like they're looking at me and then I look at them and I could tell that they're like a roughy toughy, or like they could see it in you, like, oh, that fool looks like a thug, or he looks kind of hard, you know, and that gets them off, you know, or they like that shit, you know. And not that I'm not trying to say anything bad here, you know what I mean? It's just like the physicality of certain things that I could feel between certain individuals and certain women and certain men or whatever like that. So like, I mean, for me, like, I don't really care about that like thuggish shit. Like, you know, like I'm a little like that, yeah, but I know how to be proper. I know how to change, right, and do all that stuff. But I'm saying with the women, I don't really care for like, oh, you know, ese this and that. Like I'm so sick of Mexican chicks nowadays. Like I already been through so much abuse with that. I fundamentally like white girls, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie. Like after I started to really learn about myself when I moved out here, I'm like, damn, you know what? Like I gravitate towards white girls more. Like I really love me some white girls. I guess you could say it's probably the black in me, because I have a lot of fucking black homies. You know what I mean? Like the whole Mexican thing. You know, like not a lot of people know, but I've almost been killed like about 3 times. I want to say that maybe increasingly more. I had a knife to my neck one time. That's what the target's about. To remind me of, you know, the past and stuff like that. So I know all about the trauma, the paranoia. You know, I know how women feel when they get abused by their man or something like that, and they kind of just gravitate to stick with it and shit like that. I know a lot about, you know, like men that been abused or verbally abused by their woman, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen a lot. I've heard a lot. I mean, I've done some shit, but not like really, really bad. Like I wasn't out there hardcore gangbanging and shooting off and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I always carried a switchblade on me. I always try to watch my back. You know what I mean? But I wasn't always like looking on my shoulders. But sometimes there was a lot of edgy parts, like where I had to be kind of on edge. But sometimes it was just a paranoia effect. But like I said, I mean, a lot of people that are dealing with dealing with a lot of issues, whether they've had a lot of problems, whether it was like drugs, alcohol, maybe abuse or sexual abuse or whatever it is. I mean, I know a lot about it. You know what I mean? And people that seek help for that, like I'll help you psychologically on a really good scale level for free. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know the struggles of things. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. You know, and for me personally, like if somebody needs help, I can help them. But I'm gonna like, you know, I'm gonna break it all first down and see what it is, And if they're really real about it, then I'll help them. They gotta come good with the heart. You know what I mean? If they got other intentions and shit, and I can see that, I'll just be like, well, yeah, I'll peep to you later. I'll get back to you. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be wasting my time, and I don't want nobody coming around thinking I'm stupid and shit like that. Because like I said, I'm very, very fucking capable, very fucking smart, very, very intelligent. I've been around the block more than fucking one time, and I think it's made its own blocks. So I had like my own blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and more fucking blocks and blocks. I'm still on my block. You know what I mean? I'm still on my motherfucking block, nigga. So, cuz. So, you know, so that's just a lot of shit, a lot of aspects that I've learned over time, you know, because I met a lot of OGs, a lot of old OG fucking gangster fools at a really fucking young age. You know, I've heard a lot of their stories, a lot of their traumas. I was learning to grow and understand those concepts about like what real hood shit was, what real gang shit was, like, you know, the trauma of being shot or stabbed or fucking, you know what I mean? Fools in and out of jail, prison. I seen people go through that shit. I had a lot of letters, you know what I mean? But like I said, from back home, even just from being back home, you know, and learning stuff, I've learned to take all that street aspect. And when I moved here and started learning about myself, I really cultivated myself correctly. You know what I mean? Like I learned to turn that hustle move into a good aspect of, like, you know, like when I was busting tables and stuff like that, like I would always have like my little apron around, and I'd have my like check the time, 21 minutes. I would have you know, straws right here, and I would always have like a towel right here. So if I needed to wipe something down, it was right there. You know what I mean? But I did it all thuggish, you know, and I look all cute, and I was like, how y'all doing today? And I always dropped straws. Like if there was 4 people, pop, 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 I dropped the straws, put on a couple napkins. And of course, I would give them the right amount of napkins, because I would always, personally, I would always hate, I'm sure there's some other people out there that hate that shit too. When you go to a restaurant, they give you one little fucking napkin, right? And they're so fucking cheap with it. And you're like, oh, can I get some napkins, please? They'll give you like 1 napkin. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So for me, I would always give a good amount of napkins to be like, here you go. And that was always really appreciated. They loved that. They're like, oh, thank you. And sometimes they would grab my hand before I would go to the next table. Like, I'm like, what the heck? And like, of course, my old school reaction would be like, the fuck, homie? You know what I mean? But I knew where I was at. Like I said, I learned shit. So when I felt the tap, I kind of was like, okay, like, you know? And they're like, just wanted to tell you thank you. Because every time we go to a restaurant, we don't ever get enough napkins. I appreciate you. Sometimes they slip me like a $5 bill, you know what I mean? Like I've had fools give me like a $100 bill for myself, give me $50, give me $20, because I had good service, I had good personality, you know what I mean? And like the servers, they always expected something and they didn't want to do the work. Some of them worked, you know, don't get me wrong, but some of them would come off very attitudey or act like a fucking bitch because they were hungover or whatever. And even the customer would tell me that. I'm not going to lie. That's why I don't feel guilty about what I say on here, because the customer would come up to me and be like, hey, bro, come here. And they didn't want the server to see. And I was like, what's up? Because, okay, when you're a busser, you can personally get a tip, right? That's okay. That there's no ins, outs, and buts about it, right? Like you could take it. If somebody gave you $100, that's your $100. You ain't got to give it to the server. The server still has to pay you at the end of the night, 20%, right? But if they see it, they'll probably shirt change you, you know what I mean? So you got to take it low key, and they all know that, especially the people from fucking California. So, I mean, it's like anything else. You sell drugs, you try to keep that shit low, like, oh, nigga, you know? So, like, for me, this one time, okay, the server was acting like however she was acting, right? And the guy was like, hey, come here. And she went to the back and she didn't see anything because she went to the server station. And that wall's right there, right? And the guy's like, hey, here you go, bro. He's like, thank you for everything. He's like, that's for you. Don't give it to nobody else. And I was like, hey, thanks, man. And I was like, and I wanted to know why, but I had that face like, well, what the fuck did I do? You know what I mean? Like, and he's like, man, he's like, you were good. He's like, you were real cool. He's like, you know, he's like, that server chick, he's like, she's a fucking bitch, dude. I was like, damn. And then his wife's like, you know? So see, that's why I don't feel bad about anything, you know what I mean? Because people are real just as well as me. It's just the comfortability of like how open you're willing to be. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like nowadays, like people just need to be more open. You know what I mean? Like I don't mean like hurt other people's feelings, but you could be like, you know, like okay, like if I felt bad about something with a friend or whatever, like let's say me and my homie, maybe I took him the wrong way or he took me the wrong way, right? And I felt bad about it because like maybe he left and he's upset or something, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like I'll text him or I'll call him like, hey, dude, you know, like I'll let the heat die down for a little bit. Then I'll call him and be like, hey, bro, is it cool if like we talk, or like do you want to like come by or something? Maybe we can go out to eat. You know what I mean? I had situations like that, and we'll talk it out. Like, hey, dude, like everything cool? You know what I mean? Like I didn't mean what I said, and you know, I know you were a little tipsy that night, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it in the bars. You know, like when I was working one time, two dudes were getting at it where he's like, we can go outside right now, fool. They were best friends, dude, and that fool was like heated about something, but his friend, I can already tell the relationship because I've fucking been there. And that fool was peeping to him some real shit that he didn't want to hear. And that's why he was pissed off and he wanted to fight. But that fool was looking out for him. And he's like, why are you going to be like this, dude? Why you want to end it like that? Like, we've known each other for years. You know what I mean? And I seen them go around. And then I called security because, like, I was worried. Like, oh, man, I don't want them popping off right here. Like, they're going to take that shit outside. And by protocol, we have to do that. Because the other guy was looking at me like, are you going to fucking make the call or what? And I'm like, fool, you're standing next to the phone, nigga. Like, why do I gotta be the fucking rat, dog? You know, like. So, anyways, they were cool at the end of the night, and they were drinking and talking, and I seen them walk off, and they probably went to go get something to eat. And then I heard him later. They came back again, smoking a cigarette, and he's all like, you know what? I know, yeah. He's like, I'm sorry. Like he knew where his head was at. Like he probably just had anger issues. You know what I mean? And his friend was like, still trying to be with him, like even when he walked off angry, he was like, like he already knew, like, oh, I'm just gonna let him cool down for a minute, and eventually it's gonna come. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, some of my friends or certain two individuals that I thought were cool or gonna be long term or whatever like that didn't even work out like that. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It could have been worked out, but it never got around or whatever. You know, people leave me all the time, right? Certain individuals leave me for whatever reason on their part, not because I know I did something wrong. You know what I mean? And if it really was like that, where it was like a really respected relationship, one of the two would have had came to another. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if you really really do know me and you care, you'll come back and be like, hey, you know, we'll talk it out, just talk it out and fucking, you know, work it out. You know what I mean? But some people though, like the ones that really were trying to like do me dirty and have it out for me, I'm not gonna be cool with you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna settle up with you because I'm pretty sure I gave you fucking 1 million to 20 different chances and that's it. You know what I mean? You're cut off. Thank you for the lessons. I wish you the best. I forgive it. Move on. Do your fucking thing, dude, because you got your whole fucking life ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're younger or older or whatever the case may be. But like I said, the video is mainly the point of the, you know, whole shit that I'm trying to put together. But also, too, I want people to really understand that I'm a very open book. I've been around. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no stupid cat. You know what I mean? I'm very, very fucking smart. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't use that as a threatening thing either. Like to be like, oh, I'm real smart. I'm gonna outplay you and I'm gonna do all this shit to you. I don't think like that. There might be a small aspect there where it's like, oh, okay, well, you're gonna fuck me. You know what I mean? But I still progress and hold back a little bit and think about it. And I'm like, nah, you know, I'm better than that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go low like you like that. Like I've been low all the way down when I was living back that way. I already know all about it. You know, like it's, you know, I don't even want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, or the shit that I did. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it. But you know, all I'm saying is that I'm a really good dude. You know, it's in my heart. For whatever I went through, I still changed my life. I changed my life. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I don't care how you look at it. Like to be like, oh, okay, well, this dude's just tough, man. Like he could do it. I've met plenty of cats that are just like me. Like I got a homie that I know that works at the bar. I'm not gonna say his name, but That fool's tough too. He told me some shit where I was like, what? That fucking shit happened to you, dog? I didn't know that shit. Or you got shot, nigga? I didn't know that. You know what I mean? You got stabbed, homie? Like, you know, I never knew that. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. People judge by character, and it's just like, I try not to, but I mean, but he was always joking and being funny. I would just never expect that shit. You know what I mean? Like when I moved out here, I knew well, one of my managers, right? Just a short story. And I remember I showed her an old school picture of me from back home. I had my hair all slicked back with some lokes, and I was like, fucking, you know. And you'll catch it on my Facebook if you go through my shit enough. But she was all like, eh. And I was like, what, fool, what? You know, I was like, tell me, right? Because, like, why did she push it like that, right? Because, like, she knew me at that point in time, but what was up with the picture? And she turns around because I was chasing her with it, you know, and she was my manager, and we had a good relationship when I was working there, you know. And she turns around, she's like, no, look, she's like, that Raymond, she's like, that ain't the Raymond I know. And I was like, what? But see, I think life in general was always telling me, don't go into the past, bro. Keep going forward, right? And I never understood that concept. Maybe even to this day, I still don't get it all the way, because I'm wondering, like, okay, like the video I had previously had on, and I was shooting it, and the time ran out, and it wasn't even recording. That could have been a real negative aspect from the past, right? Some of it I'm speaking out to you, but I'm not speaking it the way I was on the video that I thought was going to be recorded, and it wasn't recorded, right? So that was disappointment, but honestly, maybe it just wasn't meant to happen. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff that I'm talking about that pertains to the past, it might not even be all that bad, what I'm saying. But like I said, this is a good little teaching method that I'm trying to throw out there for people that you know, that can understand more, to be like, to gravitate towards my video of the motivational video of being working out, being healthy, learning how to, like, you know, get younger and stuff like that, and different methods and stuff with the mind and the body and, you know, whatever. But also too, though, to make people feel comfortable that, you know, because people feel like they're judged or whatever like that. And if I'm peeping out some of my personal life, I want people to feel comfortable to be like, oh, okay, like if you ever see me on the street or whatever like that, you can be like, hey, how's it going, bro? Like, I watched your video, you know? I don't want people to feel intimidated by me, you know what I mean? Because, like, I personally think that that's one of the aspects of whatever I've been through back home. Like, that's why, like, the way I carry myself, you know, and then I kind of look thuggish sometimes, or how I dress, or how I talk, or how I move. I mean, like, in professionalism at work, I'm very charismatic. I don't know if I'm using the right word, or like I have a great personality. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing, right? And people love it. You know what I mean? Like, why not? It's all positive. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? I love doing it. You know, it made me happy. If you were happy, I'm happy. You know what I mean? And that's just how it works. But on other cases too, it's kind of like just going out, you know, being me, having a bald fucking head. That's why I want to grow my hair out one day. Hopefully, if God, if you can heal my stomach, you know, I grow my hair back out. Like, I think people would be less threatened, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because I kind of have that Vin Diesel look, you know, like. I actually want to buy those fucking gargles that he had from that movie, like, dun, 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 you know. I even got the dog that looks like the fucking dog from the Riddick movie. But anyways, right, and the muscle shirt and like. I just have the goatee and the mustache, you know. If I shave that off and put the look, I'll probably look like that fool. Anyways, right, so that's what I'm saying. I just want people to feel comfortable, because, like, I honestly feel that's like kind of like a icebreaker, or I don't know how you call it. Not like the commercial with the icebreaker, but like it just kind of breaks the ice a little, or it kind of just fucks up the whole situation. Let's just say that, right? Like, it just kind of fucks up the situation for, like, me being and carrying the way I am, right? Like, because some chicks that peep me, they're like, you know, the thugging type shit. But the normal regular girls, like the white girls and stuff, you know, I don't know if I'm repeating myself or not, because I'm thinking about the last video before, but you know, because like I said, like. Just, I don't know, just if I'm even saying the right thing, but I'm so done with the Mexican chicks. I like white girls, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's what kind of sucks, because, like, just the way my character is, there's a lot of people that are intimidated by me, you know what I mean? And that kind of messes it up for me personally, like on relations, like maybe being with a chick because she's like, oh, that food's like too thuggish, or I don't know, there might be some red flags there and blah 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 blah, you know what I mean? But it's like, nah, dude, like it's not even like that, you know what I mean? I think people will think too fucking far into things, you know what I mean? And I get it, But then, in all honesty, though, too, even like friends, like even trying to make friends, like certain individuals, like not all the males, because some of the fools will step to me, you know what I mean? But some cats are like intimidated by me. You know what I mean? It's either the way I carry myself, or the way I move, the way I walk, maybe just because I'm bald or got the tattoos, or it could be my energy. You know what I mean? Like for instance, for a short example, before I cut the video off, because I'm fucking hungry, I want to eat something. I haven't ate all fucking day. But like when I'm taking my puppy, she's real wild, She's real wild. She's got a lot of energy, and when I'm walking her, she's like always gravitating towards somebody. Like she'll see somebody from far away, she's like trying to go up to and get petted, and I'm like, dude, not everybody. I'm always tugging, like not everybody wants to. Not everybody's friendly. I've been trying to teach her that, Not everybody's gonna really. Like be open with that. Some people are allergic, you know what I mean? So I have to pull her. Sometimes I'm trying to teach her, like not all the time can we go up to somebody, or if she sees another dog, she wants to go play with them. But in her head, because she's only 8 months, in her head she thinks she's a little puppy, but she's got a fucking Godzilla body, you know what I mean? So she can't play with these little puppies, and like she doesn't jump on them. She knows that she can hurt them and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But like I said, there's that kid aspect though too. But she has so much energy that when she's like, yeah, right, everyone's like, whoa, shit, and they can feel it. You know what I mean? So sometimes I wonder if that's the case with me, because I do have like a lot of energy. I have more energy than like fucking teenagers or 20-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like they can't keep up with my ass. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to work, I'm real fucking fast. Or even the fighting aspect. You know what I mean? Or even if you ever want to lay down in bed with me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can keep up. But, anyways, that's just a lot of things I wanted to throw out there, you know what I mean? So that way people can be more comfortable and to getting to know me more on a personal level within the video and stuff like that. If I repeated myself too many times, I apologize. Because like I said, I recorded a whole video like an hour and 2 minutes, and then for some reason it hit a certain amount of time and it fucking just timed out on me. At least with this one, it's only 37 minutes, which is 7 minutes over from the last video I made, so I'll be able to download it. I'm gonna throw it up on the Facebook. You guys already seen how I was talking about the stretching with the legs and stuff like that, so you don't think I'm putting no brakes on anything. I already talked about the kung fu shit and the aspect of everything that's coming together. And hopefully, when I get that project up and going, you guys will be able to meet my friend. And we'll bury my Mexican ass in the ground, like he said. That's going to be some cool shit. Yeah, so, if you guys really want to see me take off and like, if you guys do care about the channel, or if you still want to keep seeing the videos, like and subscribe, write a comment in there. Feel free to write a good comment. If it's negative, please don't leave anything. Just leave it alone. Skip the channel. You can go on to whatever other channel, respectfully. If you're going to leave a hater comment, then okay, I can't do nothing about that. I have no control over that. You know what I mean? But, for support-wise, the only thing I ask for you is, don't put nothing bad on me. But you can pray, like, hey, give this guy what he needs in order to complete whatever he's trying to complete, you know what I mean? Because there is some hopelessness there a little bit. I'm not going to lie, just because, like, I know it's the weekend, and I'm still waiting for things to transition, and yeah, there's always going to be challenges there, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to take this challenge as, like, just another challenge, and tomorrow will be a better day. Maybe a new door will open up for me. I hope it opens up for you. I hope, if you're in a real dark place, or you're struggling really bad, don't give up. You know what I mean? There's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always something better for you. And even if it seems very hopeless, always believe and have faith that you can come out of it. Because if you're, like I said in the other video before, pain is your friend. Pain will let you know that you're still alive. Pain will allow you to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So like you hold on to that. You no matter how much you're struggling, you're gonna get out of that. If you made it today and yesterday, there's a reason why you're here. You know what I mean? Don't give out and be like those other fools. I mean, I heard some bad shit like that. I heard some fools that shot themselves, cut their own fucking throat, or hung themselves. That's some nasty shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't want to be too negative about that, but like I said, don't give up. You know what I mean? If you have dreams or goals, or you have like certain aspects you want to reach, you know what I mean? This is what this whole video is about. Is just to get people to understand different concepts of things and how things are in transition of bad. Like I feel like the world, that conditions people the wrong way. Learn to be more open, learn to take more chances, try to learn to communicate more with people and show your caring side. Don't self-reserve too much, because it's not good. I had a homie that was like that. He's probably still like that. So bad, so fucking, to me that's like the worst shit. You might as well go to jail or go to prison if you're gonna self-reserve like that. Like I don't think it's healthy for anybody. I honestly don't. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, me, I take it day by day, because honestly, no matter how good I am or how hard I try, at the end of the day, the only people that love me is my puppy, my mom, and maybe a couple friends. But realistically, like no matter who I met out there, nobody wants me. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. Okay, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Women. I don't know about the women nowadays or the men, but like I feel personally, men and women, they don't respect each other like they used to. You know what I mean? Like if you have a real fucking man in front of you and you're like, damn, that's a man. You know what I mean? Like I want that fool to hold me at night. I want that fool's arms wrapped around me. I know he could protect me. I know he could provide for me. I want to give him the same. You know what I mean? None of that's being pushed out. Nowadays it's like, oh, you take care of me, I'm going to flaunt my pussy. Or the dude will do that with the woman. You know what I mean? The woman that's got it collected and together, and she does the real estate business and all that shit. And like, oh my gosh, that's my sugar mama. I'm with you. Fuck all that, dude. You all have to come with 100% with one another and respect one another. Respect and trust. You ain't got that, you ain't got shit. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. But like I said, I've already kind of accepted that. What am I going to do? You know what I mean? I've already accepted the fact that nobody wants me. Nobody wants to love me. Nobody wants to get to know this. You know what I'm saying? And maybe in a roundabout way, it's a good thing, because maybe you're not worth it. You know what I mean? Or the other way around. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not recognizing something and that girl's a good girl, and maybe for some reason I was blinded to it, hey, well, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not worth it to that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I look at it. But I like I said, I know I'm not the only one. I know that there's women out there that can't find a good man. Sometimes there's been some mishaps, like if they have like kids and the baby daddy was a shit and he left, and and she's just with the kids, and there's other dudes out there that like the girl, and then when they find out that they got kids, they're like, no, I don't want that excess baggage. They ain't my kids. You know what I mean? That's kind of sad. I think if you guys really have a good relationship and you talk it out, and you know about the baby daddy drama, and it's not that bad or anything, but you love her, then and if he's being a real man to step up to be like, hey, look, I'll be a father figure to your kids, but I won't cross the line because I know the baby daddy and whoopty whoop, and you know what I mean? That's a real fucking man. You know what I mean? If a man wants to do that for you and the kids, you better fucking respect that shit. You know what I mean? If not, then you're just a grody ass bitch. But vice versa to the dude too. You know what I mean? If the woman is trying to be good to your fucking kids, dude, you better fucking respect that chick. And just because you got in a fight, don't go out there cheating or trying to like go behind her back. And you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what I'm saying. Like I think there's a lot of misconstrued shit out here with just the world in general. I think people need to learn how to show each other trust and respect and come together. Yeah, there's some playtime where people are like, oh, I just want to go out there and fuck. Okay, do your thing. You know what I mean? If that person's with it and you're with it, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Keep it that way. But don't be doing this with each other and then going over here trying to be serious with somebody if you're going over here and you're doing this. You know what I mean? Because then now you're sending the wrong message. How is that fool supposed to trust you if you're all trying to build on something and then you're doing that, right? Like, guy or girl. That's just how I look at it. I see too much shit like that out here. You know what I mean? Like, or I've heard about it. You know, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I've never been like that. I've never been like that ever since day one. Since I knew I was a cutie. You know what I mean? Whether some people say that or not, you know. But like for me, I always kept it 100. Like, hey, look, if we're gonna be together, that's it. Me and you. I'll be your man. You know what I mean? I won't try to fucking whatever. You know. But being single wise, I'll ask you straight up, like, what do you want to do? What are your... I don't waste my fucking time, you know what I mean? Like, I've said that one time to a chick where I got on the phone and I already heard it where she's like, oh, well... Because I was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what are you doing? I was in Cali. And she's like, oh, you know, this and that. And I could just tell by the tone. Like, I read her like, boom, like that. Especially being back in the hood. When I'm back in the fucking hood, things turn on. I'm a whole different cat, you know? And I was like, look, let's just cut the bullshit. I was like, let's just cut the bullshit. I'm like, I'm just going to tell you straight out. What the fuck do you want? She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and I don't mean that as starting shit, but I'm like, I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my fucking time. I'm like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a fucking man? I'm like, or are you just looking to fuck? I was like, because I'm not gonna fucking sit here and yada 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 and all that shit. I'm like, I can already tell. And she's like, damn. She's like, okay. She's like, I like that confidence. I was like, what the fuck? I thought I was gonna get hung up on, you know what I mean? But I was just being real though. I was like, you know what? Just be as real as you fucking possibly can with yourself, bro. That was the main goal anyway. And she's all like, well, shit. She's like, I'm trying to fuck. And I was like, whoa, all right. So then I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, well, look, I'm in Cali. You got my number. I was like, and when I get back, I was like on the other side of town or whatever like that, I'll peep it to you. You know what I mean? And that was like a little short cum or whatever like that. You know, not short cum, but I mean, that was just a little something of that. What I'm saying, you know what I mean? But and realistically, like, we're not together. You know what I mean? Like, none of us are together or whatever like that. So, like, I mean, just push that story aside. I'm on to another one, okay? I'm on to another story. So, basically, like, if I'm talking to you and I'm spitting to you and we're growing and stuff like that, I'm trying to be serious there. Or if you're telling me, like, okay, you want something serious, or if we're working on something, I'll keep it real. You know what I mean? But if you're just trying to fuck and do all that shit, just tell me straight out. Don't be here making it all confused and like, oh, well, I don't know what I want. But you know what you want to eat. You can't tell me what you don't want. That's bullshit. I already know that. You know what I mean? Some people are scared. Yeah, I get it. But I'm not going to sit here and waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste your time. You know what I mean? But that was always the aspect of me genuinely. You know what I mean? Like if a girl really likes me and she's pimping out her feelings and stuff like that, and if I liked her the same, then I'll exchange, you know what I mean? I'll say the same thing back. But if I'm not, respectfully, I'll be like, look, I care for you, I like you, but honestly, like, in here, like, I don't feel that same vibe of what you feel, you know what I mean? Like, but it doesn't mean I don't care about you. And yeah, that sounds misconception a little bit, but I put it in a way where they know, like, okay, well, Raymond, I know Raymond very well. He's not trying to fuck me over. Like, he's actually just trying to tell me the truth, and he's being honest, you know what I mean? Like, it just, sometimes they just weren't my type like that, or I just knew it wouldn't work, you know what I mean? And I know just because I've been through a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, there might have been, there was one in my life that I did make a mistake on where there could have been something there, or maybe two. I want to say maybe one or two, right? That there could have been something there, but I didn't think it through. I could have took a chance on it, or I was like confused and I fucked it up. You know what I mean? That was just me back home. You know what I mean? But how much more can I know? You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like some things are meant to be and some things aren't. You know. But anyways, we're on 49 minutes, so I'm gonna cut it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys understood the concepts and the methods to things and the teachings and stuff like that, and understanding the fact that I'm trying to be as real as possible. Like I said in my other video, I don't want people to think that that, you know, like, that I don't want people to hesitate to come for help, or I don't want people to feel a particular way you know, like about themselves when it comes to these videos and stuff like that. You know, like just be you. You know what I mean? Just be you. Do what you need to do. Like I said, if you're struggling, just come out of it. You know what I mean? Come out of those struggles. Really learn to grow or try to grow or understand yourself or understand your mind. Sometimes you just got to meditate. Really sit with yourself for a little bit. Don't let those aspects that run where you're like, oh, like, you know, it'll keep you there. Misery loves company. You know what I mean? And even though I didn't really have such a, you know, fantastic day, I didn't win no jackpot when I went down to the casino. You know, I didn't get to dance with no fine woman or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, nobody wants me anyway. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, I just gotta take care of me, and that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? And it's all right. You know what I mean? Like the right one will always come along for somebody. You know, if anybody's in that particular situation, you know, but I just want to let people know that you're not alone in the struggle and what the world's come to and stuff like that. You know, just life in general, whether it's like bills or jobs or relationships or friendships or, you know, maybe your family member's struggling with something and you're trying to help them get off of something, you know, or maybe your mom and dad are fighting, you know what I mean? Or someone's going through a divorce or some shit like that. So I don't want people to think that, you know, because life's not perfect, you know what I mean? And bad things are going to happen. And I want people to understand that, you know, that I'm here personally to motivate you and put out these videos so that way you can feel some kind of accountability at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, because I've had to watch videos where I was like, man, I need some inspiration, or I need to get out of this slump, you know what I mean? And I watched people that would like really amp me up, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna call it a night. Like I said, I'm fucking hungry. I haven't ate all day. I might have had like a little Slim Jim earlier or whatever, but I don't want this video to cut out on me because I know I said a pretty good amount of edumacation. So you guys have a good night. I hope nobody took me the wrong way. I hope some people can understand where I'm coming from, you know what I mean? And I hope you guys figure out whatever you're trying to figure out, you know, go after your passion, go after, you know, whatever goals that you want to set out in life. Anything's possible, you know what I mean? So just keep on trucking, keep on going and doing what you need to do. And your boy's out because, like I said, I'm starving. Later. Love you guys. Peace out and God bless.